women find him. I've always, like loved his gadgets and his toys because I've always been about technology. And he's rich. Who wouldn't want to be rich? And I've always loved wearing black. Like his wardrobe is just, I've always loved just the essence of Batman and what he stands for. I don't agree with his I don't kill people thing because I feel like you should have been took out the Joker, but that's another issue.
Tim Burton threw that out the window.
Now, with that being said,
twice.
This guy, like of all the Batmans I've seen, like to revisit this movie was just, it was more like a joke. It was more like a joke. I couldn't take him seriously.
Yeah, this is more like the comedy side of Batman.
Neither as Bruce Wayne nor as Batman. Like, it's kind of like with the Spider-Man movies, like, oh, Toby was a great, he was a great, like, either Spider-Man or Peter. Like, he was a good one side. But then this new guy, he's more snarky and jokey, so he's a better Spider-Man than Toby was.
True.
Like Toby was Peter and this new guy is Spider-Man. But he was neither.
Yeah.
He was neither.
Michael
Even as Batman, he walks into the Riddler's lair and he's just looking around like, like he's still lost. Even as Batman, even with the cowl and the cape, you are still lost, my son. Can I give you a map? And oh my God, thirsty. This chick, okay, Batman has always gotten women.
You guys might want to sit back for a second.
He has always gotten women.
She can go.
It's okay, let her go.
I'm just saying, I'm sorry guys. I will turn it back. I will not say another word, just let me get this out.
It's nice to have a female point of view in our movies.
He is always, Batman and Bruce Wayne has always attracted women. So number one, it kind of weirds me out that there's just one woman in this movie chasing him. That weirds me out. But then again, she has the thirst of 1,000 women. So it kind of makes up for it a little bit. Like, she's totally obsessed with him. You don't even know this guy. He could have AIDS. He could have mono. You don't know. But you got your lips on him, though. So, it's like, okay. But I expect that because he's Batman. Now, what I don't expect is for you to be just as thirsty for her. Like, he's going in the Batcave, shutting stuff down. Nah, because I need some. I'm done. You're a billionaire. You can have any woman you want tomorrow. You can just go out on the street, pull up in your Lambo, get in, bitch, I'm Bruce. Okay? Any woman. You can have any woman you want. What's your price? Bam. Lay a stack on the table. Right here, right now. But this one girl just is like, she uses the bat signal. She's so thirsty. She uses the bat signal to call him up there. And then he's just like, it's not a beeper. Like, he like hangs around for all of her sentences. The Batman, I know, would have been gone. She would have been talking to herself. So I'm just saying, like, I've never... And then he like shows up at a room. I'm like, you too thirsty. Somebody please get this boy a drink of water. Like, just take him to the 5 Great Lakes and just give him a straw and let him go. Because both of them are just way too thirsty for each other. It's just like, it's just not in the character of Batman. It's like you got this guy, you gave him a cowl and a cape and a cave and a nice car and all this money, but he's not Batman. So, like, that was my problem. And like I said, the Riddler held the movie up for me. I love Jim Carrey. That's pretty much the only reason I could tolerate it at this age. Now, when I was younger and I didn't really know who Batman was, it was cool. It was wonderful. Yay, big shiny things, like y'all said, just like the comic books. But this movie was a disappointment to me because I'm a huge Batman fan. So I'm just gonna turn it back over to you guys. The boy looked lost the whole way. He was just cross-eyed and just like Bambi. I was just like, Lord. And Alfred is just magically old and getting whacked over the head. I was just disappointed. Like, Alfred, you are smarter than this. You have the wisdom of 1,000 angels. How do you not recognize 2 grown-ass pedophiles at the door? Are you kidding me? How did those children even get in? Y'all live in the middle of Narnia, for Christ's sake. Where are their parents? Where what is wrong with this movie? And everybody is so dumb. Like, everybody is so recklessly, irresponsibly, irrefutably dumb in this movie. Oh my God. Bruce Wayne is running around just diving like a circus person, smacking people over the head, and no one questions it. He stands up in the middle of a crowd, of a full circus tent, and yells, "Harvey, I'm Batman," and no one hears it. This woman.
That is definitely one of the biggest problems in this.
This
movie.
woman kisses. This woman, this thirsty ass.
Poor face.
Yeah. With her herpy lips. She kisses the Batman and then kisses Bruce and then kisses the Batman again and then kisses Bruce again. And like on the final scene where he's about to be like, "Hey, I'm Batman," like the main guy that is like, "No one can ever know my identity," is about to once again not only tell thousands of people but sit down in a quiet room again and then tell some thirsty hoe.
Well, you know, you led into a point that I was going to make.
You go ahead. I'm so done. I'm so done.
You made a couple of circles, but I was waiting for you to finish. I think you would have been
And
finished.
before you get started, I think this video just hit 100,000 views. And that's right there.
Right?
Thank you.
I almost don't
We can
even...
finally get our sponsor contract. Thank you.
I can't deal.
Thank you.
Like, I really don't even know if we need to go any further, because I think that she said everything. But I had one thing that I had to say that I think I first noticed it in this movie, and while she was going, I was thinking back on all the other movies. Every single Batman movie, and I'm gonna say all 8 of them, even though I don't acknowledge one of them, but it's still there. There's always one woman who figures out who Batman is. Why does he always give a secret away to women? What is the deal with that? And really think about it. Batman 1966, Catwoman, slash
Miss Kitka.
Yeah, slash Miss Kitka. Batman, Vicky Vale. Batman Returns, Catwoman, aka Selena Kyle.
But that's Catwoman.
Yeah, but this one,
Thirsty hoe.
Whoreface.
Who would have time to learn her name? It's that bad.
Herps.
The one of which we don't.
Chase Meridian.
The one of which we don't speak. Poison Ivy. Batman Begins. Rachel. Dark Knight. Rachel still knows because she's at least until she dies, and then she doesn't know anymore. And Dark Knight Rises, 2 people find out who he is. So they made up for the Dark Knight with Talia al Ghul and Catwoman again. I mean, it's understandable that Catwoman does. Catwoman always knows who he is because she's.
Because as we mentioned before, they eventually get together and have kids. So,
Yeah.
she's
Yeah, he
obviously
did
got to know who Batman is. Because could you imagine walking into that
Yeah.
bedroom and seeing the cowl and the cape hanging up in the closet?
Mm-hmm.
Honey, what is this?
But just why? I mean,
It's
is
for your
he-
birthday.
Like she said, he's Bruce Wayne. He can't be that hard up that he has to spill the secret to be able to get some.
Exactly.
I mean, just why?
Like, I truly believe it shows basically how human it is. And some of them, not all of them, don't get me wrong. Because this one we just watched, stupid.
Yeah.
Straight stupid how she found out. Even though it happened in Spider-Man, even then it was stupid. Alright, let's just put it out there. It was stupid then. But
It's always stupid when it comes in
to
that way.
the kids, really?
It's always stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But when you think about, okay, Talia knew because she was supposed to be hunting him down and knowing everything about him.
Yeah.
But with Vicky Vale, Alfred did that. You gotta blame him.
True. Why is he always letting people in the Batcave too? Why?
Alfred trying to hook Bruce up.
Alfred,
He know he got blue balls
1,000
by
years
now.
old.
Man. He got blue
He should do
balls by
better.
now.
No, Batman.
He gave up a job at Buckingham Palace to work for Bruce Wayne.
Like I said, he built Buckingham
No.
Palace.
And
That guy's like 3 billion years old.
And Batman don't have blue balls in this one. He just got done banging Michelle Pfeiffer. He's okay.
Yeah.
He should.
Okay.
Oh, he should have hit that. I'm still mad about that one. But
You know,
those
they
two
didn't show
got close.
everything.
You know, that's the thing about him and Catwoman. They were close enough to, you know, share that type of thing. You know, they both wear masks. They both, you know, go around doing things they all not do, and technically do not have to do. Let's just be real about it. Technically, they do not have to do this, but for the sake of it, they do it, and you know, eventually they have this tension, and eventually they find out.
Yeah.
Understandable.
It's one of the greatest love stories.
True. You know, to have, you know, evil and good come together and do all that. That's real heartfelt romantic. Now that we're done having that pity party about that, let's get back to this, because I don't understand how in the world this one woman has you this tangled up in your head that it makes you relive the whole thing about your parents' death, and now you're having nightmares in the daytime and things like that.
She
Yeah.
ain't even that fine.
I mean, it's Nicole Kidman, and Nicole
Really?
Kidman. Yeah.
She alright.
I ain't
Wait.
gonna that she's good. She, you know,
We both
Why
always
she
kind of
that
had a thing
thirsty?
for Nicole Kidman.
What disease does she have to be that thirsty to where she can't get none?
Well, you know,
She
I'm
was
getting
married
pretty
to
thirsty
Tom
myself,
Cruise.
so
That's her disease. She was married to Tom Cruise.
yeah, you see
For
her
like
working
10
out.
That would make anybody thirsty.
I'm not
Be
talking
married to a
about
gay
her,
man.
the person. I'm talking about the actress. I'm talking about the lady, the chick, the thirsty chick on the screen. I'm talking about her character. Her character. I'm not talking about the actress woman.
She's a
I don't know her life.
She's a psychologist. Do you imagine that they get a lot? I mean, honestly, you'd be there and all of a sudden she'd
Look
be
at her.
like, you know,
She's a pretty alright looking lady. What dumbed her down in my mind was that she's so thirsty though. Like if you're a gold digger, you're just, what disease do you have to where you're that infamous around
And then
town?
that's the first thing she said as soon as Nicole Kidman came on screen. She leaned over the mic and said, "She looks like a gold digger."
Yeah,
I
that's
heard that.
literally- That's literally right. I was trying not to disturb y'all. So, she was too ready. She had that look of, oh, he about to get some. Like she had that look.
she invited him to his room as Batman, and she was wearing a sheet.
Yeah, she was already.
She was lubed up and ready to go.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. There was no. All she had to do was this, and like that's it. She was already presented.
She was
butt
already
up, like
primed up.
she was ready. She was too ready. She was too ready. So, oh my bad. I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna let y'all do y'all thing.
I don't know if we want to get into this, but Chris O'Donnell. Anybody got anything to say about Chris O'Donnell?
Yes, I do,
Who?
actually.
Robin.
Robin.
Yeah.
Dick Grayson / Robin.
And I'm going to go first because I hear thoughts whirring in her head.
I didn't
I know you
say
can hear him, right?
Yeah, no, I can. I
I
can.
actually don't have all that much to say about him. So.
I liked the choice of Chris O'Donnell as casting for Robin because Chris O'Donnell is actually a very good actor.
Definitely.
He's not great in this, but I thought he played the part pretty well as what he's supposed to be. You know, he played it a little bit. He was an older Dick Grayson. You know, he wasn't the boy wonder from like the old show or anything. He was a little bit older and he played it that way. He played it like a teenager, you know, rebellious, angsty, pissed off, and questioning everything. I thought it worked. I thought it worked for that character
He's your
because
typical 17-year-old.
exactly. And who wouldn't be pissed off at something like that? Your parents die in front of you, and you go to live with the guy who was there on the ground next to your parents' death, and then you come to find out that he's Batman, and Batman was the one you're blamed for not saving your parents. Of course you're going to be pissed off. So I thought he did it pretty well. I thought he was actually pretty good in this one. It's a shame that he couldn't keep that going. But I thought he was pretty good in this one. I liked it. I thought he had the right look. He's a little bit shorter. He's a little bit stocky.
Mm.
I didn't like his costume at the end, though. The costume that he had for, like, when he was, you know, actually Dick Grayson, the trapeze costume, that actually was pretty cool, because that was a nice nod to his old costume, how it looked.
Yeah.
But his costume at the end, no.
Nipples and cod pieces.
Yeah. Yeah. I liked the little R that was on there, but that was the only part of the costume I liked.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said before, I think that was the beginning to the end right there, because it led to that which shall not be named. But I definitely agree with you that he was a great choice for Robin. Well, I don't know about a great choice, but, you know, because I was young at the time. Yeah, I didn't really know his work as well. But, you know, when I do look at him, and then I seen some of his other work and stuff like that, he played a hell of a part. You know, to, you know, actually be that younger rebellious and to kind of try to, you know, bring that teenage mindset to the fact that, hey, you know, I'm a kid and I just found out this guy is Batman. So guess what? I'm going to play with all his toys.
Exactly.
What? I mean, if you're a 17-year-old, I have to give it. So the first thing I am going to do is go for the Batmobile.
Oh, yeah.
No matter if I can drive or not, I'm driving the Batmobile around town. Now, I would take the costume with me just in case, but...
Right.
And the first thing he does when he's on his joyride, he picks a fight with somebody.
Yeah.
Typical teenager.
And that's just going
But he
to
was
show...
trying to get a girl.
Well, he was trying to get the girl. But that just goes to show how much pent up aggression and angst that he has, that he just has to take it out. He has to take his pain out on somebody.
On the Blacklight Gang.
Do we want to talk about
Yeah.
that?
Okay. Well. Yeah. I was trying to go a little deeper than just the Blacklight Gang.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But
I'm sorry.
it makes a point that even from the very beginning, he's fighting everybody from the very beginning. I mean, he's fighting Bruce Wayne. He's fighting the Blacklight Gang. He's fighting himself. I mean, he even takes, you know, not so subtly, he takes a few jabs at Alfred.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, his big fight with Two-Face. And when Two-Face finally dies, you see that relief that he wasn't the one who killed him, so he can have some closure.
Yeah.
I saw that in it. Because it's like Batman said, once you kill him, then what? The hole is still not filled. I think the hole is filled in his life now. He has revenge. He has his revenge that he wanted to.
Yeah. And Batman's...
Justice was served. Like Two-Face said, justice is finally served. Send us to hell.
Yep.
You want to touch on Mr. Grayson?
I just feel like, as far as that costume goes, you overcompensating, and it's obvious. Cause you wasn't swinging like that in the old little cloth costume. So what you gonna go and build a metal dome for? That's all I'm saying. Like they built the little. Okay, that's nice. It would have been. That's the one thing that ruined the costume for me. Because I understand you would want something. If you're gonna work alongside the Dark Knight, you would want something darker and less flashy in color. Which I did like that the circus costume, you know, was more like, you know, his original costume in the comic books. But I've always thought that Robin's comic book costume was way too loud and drew too much attention. You know, it's hard to lurk in the shadows if you're wearing those neon colors. So I did appreciate that they were a bit more realistic in the end and tried to tone it down. They tried to keep the colors, but tried to tone it down just a bit. Yeah. I did appreciate that. But like I said, I didn't appreciate the make of the private area of the costume. I was like, that's very distracting for me, and not in a good way. So maybe if y'all would have, you know, just been a little bit more realistic and tried not to, you know, cater so much to somebody's ego with that. I don't know what y'all thought y'all were going for, if y'all were trying to have a lady swoon, but I just kind of fell over laughing because I'm like, that ain't you. That wasn't you in the cloth.
Okay, cat.
So that's all I'm saying. You know, that's...
No, the only thing I wanted to touch on was your thing about the costume, how flashy it is. My thing with it is, and I know this is probably just off subject, but it's Robin in particular. the whole thing about the whole flashiness of the costume is basically to show like how different he is from Batman. You know, Batman is all dark, broody, I am the night and everything. And Robin was the thing that, you know, was, it's kind of like yin and yang, you know? He was the happiness of the group. He brought the jokes and the funny, and he was flashy and everything because he was always be out there. He didn't really lurk as much as Batman
He
did.
was very young and vicarious. I get that. But
Yeah.
like I said, for functionality purposes, let's think about that.
True,
I mean,
he should have got shot by now.
Yeah, he should.